So, hello everyone, this is Michi Hoyer here from Avid Chronic Racing, and today we're gonna have the second race preparation activities going on here for the Formula Sim Racing race. And I'm already into the rFactor 2 lobby here, getting ready to join the server, so I quickly refresh. All servers then getting reordered. And then I'm looking for the right one to join, which is formulasimracing.net on Silverstone Circuit. So already 4 guys being on there for doing some further testing. As I quickly get my Dash Meter Pro running again, since on that car this is really helpful with its adjustable gauges for RPM shift lights and everything. So we'll clearly keep that up during the testing. You can see being live, if you miss something, I'll have to do it live. Nevertheless, we're ready to join this session already. And yeah, probably gonna have some more fun testing this car around. Probably want to do a lot longer stint this time to really evaluate the power of the car. And if you guys got any questions, if you want to join me on that server, please do so. I really encourage you to hop in to have some fun racing with me around here at Silverstone. Decent track, decent version. A kind of bit weird car maybe, but definitely still work in progress. It's a development version of the mod. Development guys really looking for answers, really looking for feedback. That's for sure. So yeah, whoever want to join me, quickly follow me the way I did it into rFactor 2 server lobby there. As we're gonna have a race tomorrow, so there's an official test race for the mod being scheduled to start on right now. So it's the qualifying that on free practice. I mean, server opens tomorrow at 5 p.m. Central European time, so 4 p.m. GMT. And a race start will be 5 p.m. GMT, so 6 p.m. Central European time. For you guys in the US, I could at least quote you the Pacific Standard Times. So server opens 8 a.m. and a race start is 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And obviously qualification is in between. So that's about the dates for tomorrow. And I really can encourage you guys to get in there. I mean, the couple of guys who might have seen my stream yesterday, doing some testing, doing some racing here on Formula Sim Racing, in a 5-lap race. It was really fun to stick around until I sadly got shot wide in Cobb's corner. But nevertheless, this car at the current point enables great racing. Not too much downforce loss when running in dirty air, which is probably a bit wrong, since those cars are really massive. I mean, it's 2017 Formula 1 specifications. So yeah, we're looking a bit into getting there a little bit more realism inside. Nevertheless, again, server is crowded, and fun fact, it's the same guys running on the server currently than yesterday. So yeah, interesting stuff. With the practice session, I think is already a little bit more involved. Have to see. Just 1 hour to go. So we simply start. Took the set of yesterday. Put in the full fuel tank. Put in the medium tires, which felt the very best around here, despite going really slow. Let me just think about it. Yeah, I mean, we may want to start with a medium to just get into the rhythm. Then I found out about a stiffer spring brake, spring in the rear. It does help a lot. And I think that's where we go for the now. Right, seems like I'm getting some stuttering for some reason. So that means before going out and doing something strange, only in the settings, turn them down a little bit more, especially with stuff not needed at the minute. Seems like this track, I think it's especially the track that is giving me a hard time here on the graphics, and probably some systems still running in the background of the PC. Yeah, but anyway, that's just another minute or 2 minutes of loading time then, since the graphics have been changed. So anyway, that enables me to ask you guys for any questions, for anything you want to know, or any discussion you want to start. So we were debating quite a lot yesterday, either of setup or physics or anything. So I really can only encourage you guys to go in there and have a little go at it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy yourself. And enjoy streaming a little bit further of practice and racing stuff to go on. Yeah, 2 minute coffee time. There you go. I got my coffee already here. Can take a nap of that. That's about it then, Robert. As I'm now trying to just put in a decent amount of laps and see how long the tires will go. I mean, it's not about winning this race tomorrow, obviously. But definitely you wanna race in a condition like in a real race. You wanna test something out. You wanna commit to a strategy, see what other guys are doing in terms of strategy, and see whether the strategy on or the mod is able to perform a different amount of strategies, a different style of strategy. So that's something you wanna evaluate today, and especially tomorrow in that race. It's probably more about FSR administration looking at strategies rather than me as a driver. But nevertheless, you wanna have some competitive driving going on, so that's why a tiny little bit of preparation is probably necessary. And I quickly have to, no, I don't. What I have to do is add some fuel to the car. There you go. And then hopefully the stuttering of my pictures will be gone. Currently looking at the bit rate from the stream, which looks fine as well, so you guys should be able to see clearly what I'm doing here. I think that's everything I said last time. That's not pitch perfect, but looking at the FPS, that's a bit more stable right now to me. So going for race mixture 1. And I have to do something else because I was coming from GT driving. Traction control, let it. Block brakes off. No assists. Just the clutch when spinning around. And I'm resetting the timer as well. So finally some racing activities is going on. Interesting with the current set, touching that curb really puts you off a little bit, so drags you away to the off track. As it really takes like a lap or two to get these option tires running and performing well. So I won't be able to reach the 131 of Robin currently doing. but I'm more or less looking into my own times, trying to be consistent, trying to be fast, trying to be not too hard on the front tires especially. So I won't be extracting the physics of the car, which definitely enables me to answer your questions if there are any. As I have no clue about the current gripping or the current railroad here on the server, and therefore I'm just hoping to start with low 34s and maybe ditch into the 33s then. I went a little bit too wide on turn 7. Car is very nervous in the back. Definitely the stiffened spring rate paying its price here. So currently heading towards a 133 high. We will see if it's gonna be a 33 in the end or not. So 134.1 as an opening lap, which is kinda okay. I'm quickly gonna grade Joe out. I'm really looking forward doing a lot of laps at the minute, and yeah, really get an idea of the car balance with the current setup. Just wanted to make sure if I crash I don't damage the car, since that could destroy a lot of stint data anyway. So the car is a little bit too nervous in the right hand corner, I think. Maggots that is, or Backets? I think it's Backets. A little bit too much sliding going on there for my liking. So coming around a 133.9. Currently operating exactly at the rate I want it to be. Oops. Well, that was a bad Cope's corner there. Oh dear. So better don't touch the brakes at all in that section. Or touch it with a different brake balance. Like that maybe. Despite having that brake balance so much to the back for a Formula car in modern art, it's front locking up quite badly still. So looking at that current tire consumption, that looks pretty good. To me that's kinda balanced tire wear. I mean, you always have to take the track layout and the track style into consideration, and then it's clearly that the left hand side of tires is definitely more punished. So therefore tire shape's looking good, to my understanding, and basically also to my liking. That was bad. Taking the emergency exit. Hey Geoffrey, thanks for joining me in here. I have no clue about this strategy thing going on, but I think since you are part of the Facebook Discord, you can join via the website of Formula Sim Racing. In the announcement thread, there's also a link posted towards the preseason test. I think rules are explained there. All I do know is that we race at 25% of race, so I expect tire consumption and fuel consumption to be used doubled. Other than that, currently I got not too much information about race strategies, but if you would ask me, I would probably limit it to using super soft, and medium. However, I think there is a debate going on in the current FSR administration whether to enable all 5 tire compounds, so literally deciding whether to go ultra soft on every track and like do 6 stops or something, or go medium and just do 2 stops or something. So I think there is a different kind of rule making going on in the background. As I currently think that I'm pushing the car too hard, especially for the front tires there, starting to wear out a little more.
The lap was a 1:33.87.
I know that going around the circuit multiple times might be a bit sort of boring for you guys at the minute. However, I definitely want to be around for you to get answered some questions. I mean, we also can talk about stuff not relevant of this driving here at the minute. And I obviously want you guys to show a little bit more of racing and driving in general, as I go a little too wide for the entry of Hanger Straight. Yeah, same here, Geoffrey. That's why I said I have no further information about that as well. So I can't really tell about further regulations. Robert, no, I have not yet messed around with that roll settings here. I mean, driving the current set, I definitely want to learn a little bit more about tires at the second, especially when being asked to judge on tire physics and tire behavior and all that. So probably that's why I'm very long into a long run now. See those tires working on the car, and then as soon as I finished this run, I will start about messing with Ackermann and roll, and maybe just put the extreme settings of each once to see what kind of behavior is going on the car then. As I now do think that the rear end is a tiny little bit too stiff, not really being able to handle the weight around the corners. And currently I cannot even speak of a consistent stint, like the lap times are jumping up and down. With that unpredictable rear, there is a lot of variancy in that lap times, in the lap performances.
That lap was a 1:33.66.
As I already can feel the car become a lot lighter. So probably Joffrey with you saying that there is no information about what's going on in tomorrow's race as such. We will stick with the info that it's 26 laps and that it starts at 5 PM GMT. And I'm gonna be surprised what the FSR administration is coming up with. Currently, I do not even know whether I do a good job on tire wear or tire management. Because I don't know whether I still scrub the front at the current rate of yesterday and just scrubbing the rears because of constant sliding going on, or whether it's really the tire wear balance being shifted more to the back, increasing the tire wear of the rear end tires.
That lap was a 1:33.89.
Oh, the car feels very weird from time to time. Some occasion it's really stable, and then just like in this turn, it tries to step out immediately. So I wonder whether I already hit some kind of threshold for the tires there. Like there's a very lot of load now being put on the rear end tires. As I'm really trying to not push the front tires too much into the corner, so I really slide the car out of the corners. Still needing to stay valid in lap time, so here for that track that means not leaving the track with at least always having 2 tires on the ground, so that is still valid here. I'm just not allowed to go beyond the curbs with the inside tires, so have all 4 tires or 3 tires off track. That's not allowed in Formula Sim racing. Everything else is kinda allowed. As David Rodriguez has joined us here in the race session. So again, servers getting crowded a bit, as we have some 47 minutes to go in that session. And yeah, with now having 115 liters on board, so already 30 liters burned, you can clearly see the difference of fuel towards the car. So it's definitely going a lot quicker right now, and yeah, this will be a surprising season, especially when looking towards strategy, the possibilities of undercuts and everything. So 3.5 tenths down puts us into second right now with a 133.3. That was close to a spin. What you really have to do with the car is wait for it to turn. Like, you're not allowed to force it into a corner, force it around the corner, force it around the turn whatsoever. You really need to make use of some slides. Well, not that much probably, but in some sort of that style. So you need to make use of the rear sliding a bit, a little bit more oversteer, and then you're probably really fine to go around those corners, as I'm now doing some kind of cool down lap, because tires definitely went lit with a slide out of the old ultimate corner around the old Silverstone layout. So chaps, if you got any questions whatsoever, just shoot. Currently it's gone a bit silent around here, and I would like to get your guys' questions answered.
That was a 1:35.28.
It's very interesting and very good to see from my point of view that the more soft and the more fluently your driving style is, the faster this car can get. Like, the more car control you have, the more ability to drive this car just very soft, like not turning in sharply, but with a lot of feel. That really is benefiting the speed. Which is great. Yeah, Robert, I agree. I mean, I've now finished the 14th out of possible 52 laps in a 100% race. And tires have gone down to 75%. And I was told that the real threshold when they are going to die is 15% left on the tire, so I could do around probably 45 laps with that set of tires, which is wrong, I agree. I mean, I did 14 laps now. I mean, and I did them with high fuel. Like, remember, I don't think if I gonna do further, let's say I put this to 29 laps in the end, or 28 laps. I'm surely gonna bet that the tire wear is not down to 50 yet, since the car's getting a lot lighter. I mean, yeah, the lighter the car gets, the faster I go around corners, which equals a little bit the load being put on the tires. But still, I don't think that we hit 50 at the end then. Nevertheless, as you can see, I go quicker and quicker as the stint evolves.
1:33.10.
So that was still a valid lap, since always being connected to the curb, which is considered being part of the track. Yeah, rear tire is ripped now. So guys, I think here's some kind of deal I want to make with you, despite this just being a bit boring. I keep going on for another while, before then putting 10 liters into the car, get on the ultra soft, and trim the car towards speed if you want. So together with you, I'm gonna start with that basic set, and then we will develop the car, develop the setup all together, looking forward towards full lap time speed. I don't think I'm gonna do this kind of driving too long anymore. Looking at where I am right now, almost lost it on the cops exit. Holy cow. So yeah, that puts me in a bad exit towards Hangar Straight. Hey Danielle. Thanks for joining me on the stream.
That lap was a 1:33.33.
That was bad. You're away from the track. So with that, making my tires broken anyway, I think we'll leave it here. And quickly play around with that Ackermann settings here. So the front roll center. What's been able to adjust here? Ackermann. I have no clue about those settings whatsoever. About whether this is height, side by side, up and down, front and forwards, rearwards. So I just put maximum settings and see how that feels. Oh, whoops. So if you guys still want to join that session, we may have a 5-lap race towards the end of this session then. So 36 minutes still to go. And I will definitely have a look into behavior of that car now. Quickly let other people pass by. Right, with that setting I just did, so with the roll center being up and down, that means it puts the center of gravity a little more up. Is that about right? So if I put the roll center upwards, that means there is more left and right action going on the car, like having a softer softer rear anti-roll bar. Is that just about right? Because if I pull that down now, that means the car does not roll towards left and right. Not at all, but very less. Sorry chaps, that's about right, mic was muted due to the sneeze. So playing around with that Ackermann setting has now done a lot of things. Feels much more stick to the ground, a lot more stable, I have to say. Like the rear end is not all over the place anymore. And I'm just trying to put in like race trim laps to evaluate the speed. Oh Robert, that's so lovely what you do. So anyway, Felix, since you are around, a couple of questions. Tomorrow's race will be 26 laps. What about race settings? How much tire compounds will be available? What kind of tire compounds will be available? Will it be a doubled consumption on fuel and tires in order to simulate a full race in running just half the distance? So tell the ladies and gentlemen man, a little bit more about the plans and your hope for outcome of tomorrow's race. That would be great. As I'm going around in a lot of fuel lately, like close to having full tank still. And those settings really made the car faster, I think. Looking at the tire wear, it's not over exaggerated or really more tire wear going on than in the beginning of the other stint with full fuel, which is good. As Eric Andre has also joined the server, there are a lot of people now being here, which is great stuff. As the car has definitely gone faster, putting in a 133.4 with a high fuel, so that setting definitely helped me around here, as I wanted to see with some more fun how the Ultrasoft is working in that condition. And quickly saving the set as a new evolution. Well, Cameron, have you already decided on anything towards race settings? Because it would be nice to tell the crowd and discuss with the crowd what's been applied for tomorrow's race now. Or do you think I would get an illegal advantage of knowing what kind of stuff you're gonna do tomorrow on that race? As Michele D'Alessandro has posted a setup in here, which I'm definitely going to try as soon as I finish that, probably some sort of hot lap run. With that ultra soft. So Joao, you're not gonna race tomorrow? It will be there's another update coming. Have I read that correctly? Oh damn, yeah, that was me. It will be a bit more similar to the update that we will have tonight. Okay, so with the update coming up, I will quickly ask here in the chat. Tires, fuel consumption for tomorrow. What about available tire compounds. So Cameron, what's the planned activities for the car update tomorrow then? Because that simply puts my work I did the past 4 hours on that car into a trash a little bit. So Joao, what's exactly going on with the car and the track here? I would advise to uninstall every other version of Silverstone being installed on your computer, as well as probably uninstall old versions of this car, so the 0.60 version should be removed. That then will probably help you getting rid of the glitch. Alright, so at least the fuel consumption's gonna be simulated like a full race there. That's great. So only soft, medium and hard's probably gonna be used here. As I heard that the hard tire is really some kind of useless tire, like really slow, really hard. As I quickly want to see about the performance of this ultra soft, they are wearing quite a lot, like twice as much as the medium. Well, no doubt, I mean it's an ultra soft tire. Wow, you could almost take Cobb's Corner flat out with an ultra soft tire, like almost. Yeah, that was expectable, but nevertheless I think that the ultra soft has 1.2 seconds faster speed. As I quickly gonna have a look in what Michele D'Alessandro has sent me here. So there you go. That I got sent. And we will see whether we can approach his lap time here. So D'Alessandro said he also used full fuel, soft tires, very low soft, very low tire pressures. As I quickly gonna look, so he said in 133.113. Oh yeah, Robert, about the tire compounds and colors, you probably could go on for ages. So let's see what this car feels like, what this car is able to produce in terms of lap time. He said that it will feel a lot more like the updated car. And I have to say, this car really feels understeery from the just 2 first corners I did. Or it's just me not being... probably I was a bit more used to this ultra soft compound. The car is not reacting that stupidly in the rear, so it's more easier to control. As Michele now put in a lap time of 32.9, I think that is. So let's see whether we can attack it with that set. Car feels not too bad, like you can attack it even more and go a little bit aggressive. You can see that the car is not as twitchy as it has been before. Nevertheless, we will have a look at its performances for us. Oops. I was clearly outbroken. Yeah, you can push this car a lot harder to make it turn. Not sure whether I'll be able to go and hunt that time down. Probably not really. Maybe it needs some time to get used to this car. Or to this new kind of setup. As we come around putting in a 133.2.
That was a 133.28.
It's so much more stable on the throttle, it's incredible. Robert, actually I'm thinking about getting on some SimHub plugin that is generating, oh dear, some kind of track map looking thing towards the screen, but not built into rFactor 2, so I can shuffle that around on my desktop, which will be then hopefully used if DX9 support is cut off at the end of rFactor 2. Set things more towards my personal liking. Look at that. Probably that's the reason why it felt so stable, because the rear spring has been that soft. Anyway, Michele now going faster down the circuit. Yeah, speaking of this track map kind of thing, I will get some new system at that point when I really need it. Yeah, track map might look ugly, nevertheless, all I'm looking about is getting some data rather than having shiny displays. So let's see if I can go a little bit more near towards D'Alessandro's lap time, with the car being a little more turny. So that would obviously include making a mistakeless lap here. I see he's running less fuel mix as well. Nope. Before then, using the last 15 minutes for qualifying laps. Yeah, there you go. We're in the wrong mix. So I think Michele might have opened my stream and just listening to what I say, as it seems. Or he just came on that by noticing himself. Anyway, I think the only thing I can do with that setup is matching my time with a lighter car and medium tires. Not sure if I will be faster with that. Okay, tiny little bit, nevertheless not as much as Michele is. But let's do a full lap with engine mix 3. As Dylan Scrivens has joined into the racing session. Yeah, but I have to admit that I pushed the car very hard at the second. Nevertheless, we have gained some more time, actually matching his lap time there, going into third position for now. I will quickly ask whether guys want to do a 5-lap race after this session. But before I gonna... Wow. Seems like it hasn't saved my... Oh, there you go. For that, I quickly gonna do some qualifying trials, as I said. So taking... I need to see 2.8 liters the fuel consumption has been currently. Anyway, I think 15 liters max power, qualifying mode on the boost, because that's gonna be very hard on the engine. I won't make any use of DRS right now, since the DRS sectors are not really programmed on that track. Hence why I keep it like closed. but really want to see where these tires might take me, or where the setup might get me. What's definitely incredible is the short braking zone on our half, together with a high top speed. I mean, I was doing 308 before, and now the power on the car just increased so much that I just did 320 on the way towards or on the back straight there. Flat out Cobb's corner. To be fair, I'm running too short on the gears. Can't even believe it, but it's the case. So I think those gears are more applicable. Like, I will run DRS for once on the back straight or on hanger straight just to see the impact, or just to see the length of this 8th gear of this gearbox in general. That's an interesting question being put forward here by Eric Andre, and I'm gonna be definitely interested into the answer. If it's Michele just cruising, yeah, I expected that a bit. I'm sure he was not like, don't want to call it sandbagging, but something like that. Yeah, I could see Joao standing there with his blown engine. As I'm now trying to see what the gearing is like. Yeah, gearing looks fine now. I'm now trying to see what this car is about to do around Silverstone. And if you wonder at the delta best, yes, that delta is valid. So a lot more power now being applied on the car, with having qualification boost on maximum power from fuel consumption. I broke way too early there. Look at the time gain now coming up to Cobb's corner, so entering in 2.8 seconds, going through that flat out. Wow, look at the time bar climbing there at the top. And obviously I'm fully abusing tires, fully abusing fuel and everything, and I will do a second lap. And hope that there is less mistakes done then. Grip and everything is just incredible here. So 5.7 seconds faster.
126.98.
That's just unreal. Those ultra softs definitely have too much grip, or the physics just in general being wrong. Yeah, but you probably have to take a fresh set of ultra softs. So what you're gonna do is turn down engine mode and cruise the in lap to then have fully fresh ultra softs ready for the run. Oh, that went a little bit too bad here. So that's an interesting question, I think. That mean tire life? I have to stop the car here. Does that mean engine life being short on our mode? Well, because if you just go a few seconds into qualifying mode, that should not make you not finish that race. I mean, that means that the engine we're being put by the standard race mode is quite bad as well. Yeah, Robert, you're absolutely right. So I quickly turn up the engine. And go for another qualifying run. That was a little bit of driving error here in turn 3. Nevertheless, going purple down sector 1. Wow. Can throw in the car that corner so badly. No, that's just unreal. Unreal speed going on here with those, with everything basically. You're definitely not driving a Formula 1 car like that. Pointing at 26.2.
126.25.
So I hope the physics gonna change quite a bit though. And rip into the wall. Not yet. Anyway. Really? Did Hamilton do a 20? Well, wait. Robert, yes. I don't want to comment on that subject in the front, but yes. So, because we're planning to do a race, I did the same stuff as yesterday. Just qualify myself to start at the very back. Never drive rearwards on a track, on a racetrack at all. Full tank, soft, race mode, and fuel mix 1. 1. So let's kind of quickly agree on some kind of racing scenario. So putting in as 26.2, Robin just did a 26.6. Having a little race this time around again. Before then, getting the stream off for some break, maybe for something different. But I think you guys know that yeah, FSR's looking great at the minute. A lot of involvement being done. People really working on the car. I'm definitely looking forward for that race tomorrow, which I definitely gonna stream to you guys. So I'm gonna be live probably at 5 p.m. Central European time until race is finished. So probably around 2 hours live time for you there. You will get the possibility to answer me questions. To put in some questions for me, I get them answered then for you. As long as wait to race. Oh dear. As long as we have more stuff going on here. You can see some people with foreign liveries, but they don't load up to me. Yes, that it is. Full tank, mix 3, soft tires. And then you have a tiny little bit of entertainment going on at the end of the stream. Please stay stationary. For no formation lap. 3 away start. What's gonna be different for tomorrow, I think. So, we are just waiting to get ready. Yes, David, that was a qualifying lap, and with qualifying trim, everything set to max power, I was able to do a 126.2, and could have ditched into the 25 still, with some more practice and some, well, more testing on the set. As we're waiting to come up, for the lights to come up. Oh, I think I'm still in queue mode, am I? I will take it a little bit more easy maybe then. Lol. Oh! Need to put it really into fuel mix lean to equal out the power of the race mode thing. That's probably a mistake by me. I'm not sure whether it's the server or anything, but the cars are kinda glitching around for me. They feel a bit like being floating. Oops. Thanks. RIP. Yeah, that's race ended again. Oh man, really guys. What happened then? Nice one. Would have been no issues with not touching the wall, but anyway. Nah. I still was in the wrong settings there anyway. So let's see if people want. Restart race. So happily we get another chance this time. I'm in the right settings, so no unfair treatment going on there anyway. So getting another race going. Coming in P8. Yeah, Cobb's curse. Absolutely right. I think the yesterday's thing happened there as well. Yeah, anyway. Well, yeah, I'm a bit unlucky at the minute, but I mean, oh well. Just need to leave some space at all time. And you'll probably be fine. Has worked a lot better to now then. Being into 5th, coming from 8th. We just take it easy on cops to not be spun out again somehow. That's interesting stuff, like really no dirty air going on whatsoever. Just a tiny little bit there was in the final section of this cornery section. Guys weaving a lot. And there's someone going wide. Or glitchy, whatever. Well, what's going on here? So Joffrey's definitely having a high ping. Making it considerably hard to follow him. As we're now very down towards slipstream. Alright, there is some little dirty air effect going on. Nevertheless, it's not really too hard. Too bad with that slide out of turn 4 on the inside curb. Could have granted us another position. So we will set up our car for overtaking after here. So hopefully may be able to do a move around Dothan. So being a little bit in distance is not too bad. Oh no, I hit that curb. And the rattling on the wheel is just great. I think I'm running a bit too much wings.
That was a 1:37.57.
I'm now on the back of Wesley. Just giving a reasonable amount of space. Making that move stick for the moment. So guys either being on more power or less wings. So being back in 8th position after that mistake. Well, was it a brake check? No clue, but it was definitely a check for reactions. So, penultimate lap. Thank you very much, Robert, for that move on Wesley Stefano. All that rattling on the wheel. So yeah, in that race it's probably all about pushing. Rather than managing anything. Ah dear. Well, Joffrey was lagging a bit, so I think that's the reason why you had 399 top speed here in the readings.
That was a 1:33.
Oh, one lap to go. Let's see. Not that we would have had any chance to go faster, but the good thing is that the gap to Michele D'Alessandro stayed the same throughout that last lap, which is a good sign. We're definitely gonna be on pace, and yeah, that probably just was a little teaser of what is about to come for tomorrow. So I really wish you guys to turn in on me on the stream for tomorrow, starting around 4 p.m. GMT with a practice. Which then will go on into qualifying shortly afterwards. As we're coming home in 6th place, I guess. And yeah, you can see on the tire temps pushing the car too hard there anyway. 6th place with a couple of mistakes, nevertheless. Some tiny little bit of racing action going on here. With people still running the lap. Yeah, 9.1 seconds gap to the lead. Quickly comparing lap times, so 33.5, 33.6. Those were two good lap times, as Michele D'Alessandro was, well, at 33 zeros at the front, so he was definitely running a bit quicker. Nevertheless, since he built a mod, probably more knowledge, probably more testing going on, more experience on what works and what doesn't work. Anyway, that was a bit of fun going on, definitely. Anyway, guys, I hope you had an interesting time with me today. I really hope you to join tomorrow on that race, as I would like to thank you very much for watching. It's probably end of the day for me. Anyway, guys, hope I see you tomorrow for that Formula Sim Racing test race here, either on the server or here on the stream. Would really appreciate it. And yeah, I wish you guys a very nice evening. Have a good weekend. Do some racing. Be out on track. Contact me if you need anything. If you have any questions left still. And if you like what you see, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And tell your friends. Probably still see the bar in the bottom of my overlay here, showing my target what to do until the end of the year. I hopefully gonna achieve that and exploit it a little bit. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for being around. Have a nice time. See you.